he and Anacone have decided that llodra is dangerous when he's returning on the backhand. The two important points have been, one, serving to the llodra backhand serve volleying, and yet he hasn't kept it up at all. He's only ever lost twice to left-handers in majors as Henman. Golmar in Australia in '98, and Ivanisevic famously, of course, at Wimbledon in 2001. 16 times he's beaten left-handers at majors. And amongst them, people like Korda a couple of times, Arazi a couple of times, Golmar too. He got his revenge on him twice, once at the Australian, once at Wimbledon. Greg Rosetsky, of course, he beat Australia one year.
Well,
we haven't seen him attempt to come in behind the forehand off the service return, so although he missed it, he's trying to do something different. A little close for comfort.
Yes,
llodra really got caught in a bit of a pickle there. That's the classical left-handed player, and of course the right-handed generally does that to left-handers on the right court.
Well, that's the sort of play I've been looking for henman throughout the match. Haven't seen much of it.
Yes. llodra off balance a bit, caught by surprise on the next shot after the serve, so Henman able to dictate.
New service.
Much better return.
It's a big ask, this of llodra. I mean, this is a huge match. It's a bigger even naturally than his previous matches. He's on top of one of the world's best players. And it's a very big ask to keep up the concentration level.
Well, now Henman had 2 great points in the second set, unable to take any of them, or either of them. Here's the first of the third set. Well, you just have to say that's terrific from llodra. No criticism can be levelled at Henman there.
No, absolutely not. Missed the forehand volley, but the backhand volley's been so fine. See how it cleaned the line. A little bit of apology there to Henman for hitting the line. And perhaps Henman, realizing he'd missed on the forehand, deciding that he'd play there rather than to the backhand, just perhaps didn't keep it low enough. But again, all credit to llodra for closing in on the net as he did.
s'il vous
Yeah,
plaît.
good play again from Llodra, and he holds serve.
Un jeu partout.
Well, it's amazing how he keeps doing this. I mean, against the quality of player that Henman is, even on a clay court, you just expect Henman to make a breakthrough here, having so many opportunities. So often Llodra has been taken to 30 all at least. Now, of course, the break points came in the last game of the last set.
Converted on 2 of 7 break points, Henman. He balls.
Zero.
Change of equipment.
Zero.
Rapid evasive action taken by centre service judge.
Correction was good. 40-0.
I think that's the first overall we've had in the match, isn't it? I can't remember another one. We've had a couple of times when Mohamed Loyani's got off the chair and examined marks.
And I think that breaks the best sequence on service points for Henman, 7 in a row.
Henman.
And at least he's keeping his nose in front in this set.
Henman men 2-0.
2 games to 1 to Henman, but 2 sets to love to Llodra.
Imagine what a pleasant surprise it must have been when man first harnessed the power of wind. At GE, we still believe in wind as a pure, natural source of power. Wind energy from GE for a cleaner, more fuel-efficient world. GE, imagination at work.
Italia, l'Italia c'est desta.
2 sides, 1 goal. Baby, there's something about you that I can't hold on to. I'm gonna hold on to this. Baby, there's something about you that I can't hold on to. I'm gonna hold on to this. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Gonna hold on to this.
Peugeot and Roland Garros, 20 years of partnership.
Just a slight delay. Michael Llodra has been off for another bathroom break and he's squinting back. You're allowed 2 during a 5-set match, so I hope he doesn't have a medical problem, because that's his lot.
It'd be a pretty wet court otherwise.
1-2. Third set, llodra by 2 sets to love.
15-0.
Jakob Plasek, the Swiss Davis Cup player behind Patrice Aguilera.
Yes, and the link factor there is George Dineo, who we've seen up there, who coached Lasik for a while, has also been a coach of llodra. George coached both Forget and Lasik, who used to play doubles together. There's George on Patrice's right, just in front of Lasik with the grey hair.
Llodra.
So after all the alarms and excursions of recent games, two comparatively quiet and straightforward service games, both men holding to 15, and it's 2-all in the third.
Could be a hectic game here for Henman as a result of that sail-through game by llodra.
Again, serving to the forehand. Quickly tell you that Amelie Mauresmo has made a quick start on the centre court against Manuela Maleva. 3-love Mauresmo leads. Just the one break there.
Oh, good play all round. Nice attempt at pressurizing Henman here, but Henman having none of it. Made room for the forehand.
It's a real role reversal, and I wonder if that's part of the problem, that Henman's not used to anyone using Henman-like tactics against him.
Well, he's generally had the better of people like Rosetsky when he's played them. I know he's lost to Rosetsky as well, but generally had his measure.
Not been the happiest 2 hours of Tim's career. It's a question of whether the next 2 hours will be.
Well, this is an important one. Got his footwork a little tied up there. The breathing didn't seem good either. They've got to harmonize.
Brilliant play from llodra, and it's break point for the Frenchman.
Well, goes to the backhand, as I've been suggesting, and perhaps that's why he hasn't been. He's fearful of that sort of play by llodra.
Henman unable to take his chances. llodra does. And suddenly the mountain facing Tim Henman got even steeper. Now he's down 2 sets to love and a break of serve.
Yokohama, power of performance.
The statistics of that third set, the thing that obviously stands out there, suddenly Henman finding winners for him.
Reprise.
Yes, no doubt about that. Just middling the ball was the key, really, perhaps, for saving those 2 break points at 3 games all. Having just broken llodra to love, are absolutely crucial. I don't think it's time to fasten the seatbelts. I think we're here for quite some time. Can he do? And I think he might. What he did to Solnier in the opening round.
The weather getting a little threatening again, I'm afraid. 4 set.
Zero.
Fifth ace. The centre service judge correcting himself there. It's a nice way to start the 4th set for Tim Henman. A love service game.
Premier jeu, 4e manche.
What he would give for an early break in this set. Really ram home to llodra. The match is wide open again.
Yes, I don't know about this virus thing that Henman talks of. I don't know whether he's spoken of it in the last couple of days, but as we did his match, opening match against Solnier, there was no real evidence of it, other than perhaps a flatness, but then he had flatness here. And if he's to win this match in 5, well, I think I would stick with the old virus. Vitus garolitis always sound a bit like a disease. Well, virus henmanius would be coined.
So you're suggesting our viewers better get out their medical dictionaries?
Coin a phrase.
35.
Occasion, brushing the mark, suggesting it was actually out, so the call stands. Asking a lot of llodra. All the attention now, of course, focused on him. Seldom, if ever, been in a situation like this in the singles court.
This time it's the brush on the net that benefits Henman. Yeah, now in uncharted territory, isn't he? I mean, he has been a finalist on the tour in Adelaide, but with all due respect to that tournament, it's not exactly the French Open.
No, not a 5-set succession of matches.
.15 back to juice.
Well, again, Henman seemed to be waiting just as if he could catch llodra's drift. And although llodra seemed to be going all the time to his left to cover the forehand down the line, there was still room enough for Henman. fine. Because it's risky, he's hitting it pretty flat. But then he's taken a lot of risks, which have paid off handsomely. Oh no, Clement, of course, a man well versed to long matches. Come back himself from 2 sets to love down. But I was talking about llodra is inexperienced. This is just his 20th best of 5 set match. Not one that's gone to 5, just best of 5 set matches. Only his 20th in his career. Henman, this is his 114th.
If Henman can get it to a 5th set, which is a very big if, llodra has never won a match that's gone to a 5th set. His record in 5 set matches, and that's matches that have included a 5th set, is no wins, 4 losses. In comparison, Henman 13 wins, 13 losses. Here's the first opening against the serve in this 4th set.
15-30.
George Digno, who taught him to serve and volley, taught llodra to serve and volley. And he'll be a great admirer of Henman. Well, George.
30.
He's of that generation where many more players who played, even here at the French, played the Henman style of game.
So Henman comes through. A tricky service game, 15-30 down. He leads 2-1 in the 4th. Live coverage of the French Open continuing on British Eurosport. As Tim Henman bids to move through to the quarterfinals. Trailing Michael llodra by 2 sets to 1, but leading 2-1 in the 4th, having been 2 sets to love down. Somebody deciding that, well, you know, take their time. Here you are, so yeah, well, I've paid for my hospitality box. 7 aces. I beg your pardon, that's Henman's total, it's 8. I suppose we could say a swing and a miss.
What you can say, there's a hole in his racket, dear Liza.
Oh, wow, that service game didn't take too long, did it? that Llodra's first love service game of the match, huh?
I think it is, you know.
Déjà partout.
What did he do, swing the arm over 4 times?
That's all it took. Save his breath to attack Henman's serve. Danger point. 2-all in the third. He'd won his serve to 15. He then broke. Said it might be a danger point.
Big danger point now. Yeah, it's poor from Henman. It was an excellent first serve.
0-30.
Right, he didn't cover the cross court just a little bit more. Had he done that, he would have forced Henman perhaps to play over the high part of the net.
Two break points for llodra, as he again seizes the initiative in the rally.
Scintillating tennis, really. Henman making him play one more shot. How Henman got to that, I don't know, and actually made it very difficult for llodra. Had to keep his wits about him. Didn't look as if Henman was going to get there, but the Panther did. And he was awake to it. Shot to the one he missed, of course, at love 15, but just reined it in a little bit. Got a bit of respite from the sun.
And that's one of his best serves of the match. Boy, did he need it. Back to juice.
Anticipating that, and perhaps llodra not playing the smash as well, but surprised, having served well at break point to the backhand, he then doesn't look to go to the backhand again on the right court.
Avantage llodra.
Third break point.
Égalité.
For once, llodra perhaps just a little hesitant then by his standards. Maybe a good sign for Henman.
Avantage Henman.
Henman survives a crucial game. 3 break points were saved. And he leads 3-2 in the 4th. Llodra by 2-1. Quickly tell you before we hear from Fru McMillan that Emily Mauresmo is cruising into the quarters of the women's singles. 6-2 she took the first set over Magdalena Maleva, and she leads 4-1 in the second set. Fru.
Well, again, I refer to the serving to the backhand. He served so well, an even better serve than that to save the break point. Then on the right court, went to the forehand again, of course, went down another break point, and then reverted to the backhand and had great success at the end of the game. And I just wonder why he's not serving there more often. If he's beaten, as I pointed out earlier, 16 of the 18 left-handers he's played at major events, like this French Open, in most of those matches, he would have served a lot more than he's done here today to the left-hander's backhand. So whether he just feels that Llodra is going to punish him and he's got to therefore mix it or perhaps serve more to the forehand, I don't know. I would guarantee that he's won more points than he's lost when going to the backhand.
Well, one of those strange statistics, isn't it? Henman's won 1 more point in the match, even though he's trailing by 2-1. That is strange. Quite often a very tight 5-setter, you can find the guy who's won the most points actually loses. Of course, he's 1 game up in this set.
Replacement.
Seven successive points on serve for Llodra. Has been foot faulted.
Well, it came in on an absolute bluff.
Yes, and really committed. It was very. Such a good smasher. It's a good thing if Henman commits because people are generally reluctant to lob him. Shifting around there, trying to, in a way, upset the server. But in the end, seemed to upset himself more than any.
I can only assume that he took his eye off that shot completely. Just looking at Llodra. And then he plays a shot like that.
Well, he showed good speed to get there because Llodra didn't mess about with the backhand volley. It was a good one. A brilliant bit of lobbing, a la Leighton Hewitt.
Got to take advantage of some of these second serves.
Got up pretty high on him. Too close to the body for him really to do too much with.
What on earth was Mikael Llodra thinking of there?
Well, I suppose he thought that he's been drilling so many balls, hitting them hard, that he would look to deceive Henman, but really a high shot like that, very difficult to drop shot. That's a gift. Could be expensive.
Henman's made it, and he has break point.
Well, if you're wondering about Henman's durability, take a look at this. Terrific
Avantage
movement.
Henman.
Looked like Llodra's point, but Henman was on his wheels.
Another brilliant lob from Henman, a very different one to the first. Equally effective, and Henman breaks and leads 4-2 in the fourth.
The way he walks back to the baseline as if, well, just another day at the office. Nothing extraordinary about this. Well, Llodra might remember that attempted drop shot for a long time to come. Llodra shot his bolt.
Don't make me nervous by saying things like that, Prue.
Yeah, who are you kidding? You're nervous anyway.
That's reminiscent of the shots that Llodra was playing at the start of the match.
Kenza.
Yes, moving in, just unloading. Taking the ball even earlier than Agassi. Henman no time to move. Can but stand and stare.
Bit
of deception, good clay court tennis.
Don't be cute. All you had to do was push it deep into the corner. And you try and play this. This is the trouble. Tim's so talented, but look, push it into the forehand corner. The guy isn't going to be within a country mile of it. I tell you, Paul Annika right now will be doing his nut, because that is a point thrown away. 30-all. I don't think Mohamed Liani knows what Henman's wanting. I certainly don't. The serve into the body has been very effective, sparingly used. 3 games in a row for Henman. Looks like we're heading for a 5th set, 5-2. Welcome back. Now, of course, many of you will be tuning in this afternoon expecting to see other programs, motorcycle racing, then the super racing weekend, the touring cars, the cycling from the Giro. You'll understand why we are staying with this match. But rest assured that there'll be full coverage of those events on British Eurosport once this match is over. Tim Henman was 2 sets to love down. He's now within a game of levelling at 2 sets all, 2-5. Wow. That's as good a return as Henman has hit in the entire match.
Yeah, certainly he's been much more deceived by the left-handed spin, but there he read it absolutely right.
Kenza. En 15.
Couple of first serves found, although Henman's not absolutely convinced of it.
We're not absolutely convinced whether that's Sting or not. We're debating it. What do you think at home?
More like Papa, I would think.
True, we're all getting older. That's only a second double, isn't it, from llodra? The first was in the first set.
You got it. You say so.
True. Don't change the habit of a lifetime and start agreeing with me. It's long. And Henman has a point to level the match at 2 sets all. And it would give him the huge advantage, of course, if he can take it of serving first in the final set, a set without a tiebreak.
And if you're wondering, llodra had to play that volley. It was going, Henman's shot was going in. Thinking about the missed opportunity there.
Llodra.
Yeah, that certainly was a missed opportunity. Henman's got to put it out of his mind, though, and close out this set when he serves for it at 5-3. Always think in these circumstances the first point of the game is so important. Sets the tone. Wow, that was far too close for comfort. Not surprised that llodra was looking
35.
Well, it's enterprise, isn't it? Doing to henman what henman so often does to others, only with even more of a drive.
It is very noticeable how much more Henman is serving to the backhand now, and he's been successful. 2 more set points as we reach the 3-hour mark. It's 2 sets all, and for the second time in the tournament, Henman has dug his way out of a big hole. But he's got to go on, and for the second time in the tournament, win the 5th set as well. It's 2 sets apiece.
The powerful performance of Dactar in dual-action spray powder beats athlete's foot and helps prevent it coming back.
Discover Eurosport's new teletext service. Sports results, news, statistics, and the TV schedule. All the major European football leagues, motorsports, horse racing, tennis, athletics, and more. It's as easy as pressing the text button on your TV remote control.
Go behind the scenes at the world's biggest tournaments. Discover the on-court secrets that make the players champions.
There's no question it's been the best week of my tennis life.
Read what the stars of tennis really think. Ace, it's Britain's tennis magazine. Subscribe now. Phone 020 7381 7037.
BNP Paribas, official sponsor of Roland Garros.
I always think that Tim Henman's matches should come with a health warning, and this is no exception. We've had the lows. Now can we have a high to finish with? As you can continue to watch British Eurosport's exclusively live coverage from the French Open.
Well, he's on the prowl, isn't he? Following his much improved serving performance in the 4th set, 74% first serves in, and a lot of them were hard hit. They went powder puffs.
Tremendous return again, and an early chance for Henman. It's a half chance at the moment. Arnaud Clément sensing that his Davis Cup colleague needs some encouragement.
I think I saw Anne Jones just behind, former French champion, of course, and Wimbledon champion. Got him.
But he's missed it.
15-30.
Scratching his hair as if to say, don't know how Henman missed that one. Gave him a tremendous amount of space. He's taking a little bit of extra time to settle after missing it. Very wise. That's brilliant, because he wasn't trying anything fussy there, Henman, not trying anything cute, went for the opening, decided that there was just enough opening, and if he hit the ball just at the right pace, llodra really couldn't do much with it.
2 break points to put Henman in the lead in the match for the first time since he led 1-love in the first set. Henman not ready.
been pretty exemplary on the backhand volley, missed very few of them, showing here that he can get inside the ball as well as volley cross-court. Pressureful point, and he rose to the occasion well, did llodra.
That's why Henman breaks immediately in the 5th set. Now he has to do what he failed to do at the very start of the match. He broke in the very first game and then lost his own serve.
It seemed a long while ago. Well, it was a long while ago. And of course, this is just so big for, well, I suppose for both of them, because Henman's results here at the French never been up to scratch. Results at other majors never been up to scratch, for that matter, whereas llodra, of course, perhaps the chance of an early lifetime for him. Succeeded in doubles, but not on the singles court.
Yeah, Henman bidding to reach the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam other than Wimbledon for the first time.
Question.
What? He said correction. I don't understand what it's all about.
Well, he thought it was a fault at first, and he's going to address it.
So it is a fault.